Good morning, everyone. I'm Jen Houston, owner of the Artsy Fartsy Gallery here in Canmore, Alberta. I'm a full-time independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Canada, and I'm so excited to be back home. My dad unfortunately was in the hospital for a little bit there, and so we kind of rushed back to Manitoba to hang out with him in the hospital, and after he got home, just to make sure things were kind of a little bit settled there. So I am excited to be back to work. I I've been itching to get back at it, and I don't know, I haven't been able to say that probably in about 10 years. You know, teaching Sunday would roll around and you're like, oh man, here we go again. But this my job I absolutely love. So if you're new on here, please hop on, say hello, tell me where you're from, tell me a little bit about you. Do you love card making as much as I do? Or are you creative in a bunch of different ways? I know that there's lots of quilters on here and people who do other crafts for sure. And all are welcome. So, happy Monday morning. Okay, first off, I'm going to share some cards that I got in the mail. One is a little bit older because I didn't get a chance to film or do anything when I was back in Manitoba. So, but I want to recognize her just as much as everybody else. So let me flip my screen here. See if I can get it all hooked up. Back there. All right, so the first card came from Karen. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I like this shimmer paper. Look at that. And then embossing here. Oh, so pretty. I love it, Karen. Thanks for thinking of me. That was so sweet. And then I got one from Lori Pandolfi. And look at that embossing. That's pretty too. This metallic thread is really growing on me. It just adds a little piece of something, doesn't it? I know I have the copper one, but this is the silver one. I think I need to get all three colors. I think there's gold, silver, copper. I think there's even rose gold, rose color. Oh, and I think she used a dauber to color these flowers, which I think is brilliant because why fussy, be fussy with the coloring when you can just get her done with a dauber. And I see some Wink of Stella. I love Wink of Stella. She knows me so well. So that was so sweet. And of course, Lori goes above and beyond to decorate the inside. So she did the little bird there. And here's her envelope. She also did that beautiful thing on the front and the little birdie on the back. So isn't that cute? And then thank you, Lisa Hardin. This was such a nice thing. And this is so my saying, this too shall pass. Is definitely one of the things I say over and over and over to myself because I know that things won't stay the same if you're going through a rough patch, right? So that was just so sweet. And I love how she put an insert of purple. I've never thought of doing that before. I've always just used white, but why not? That's a brilliant idea. So thank you, Lisa. More ideas. See, when we send each other cards, you get so many new, neat ideas. And I love that. Whoop, we've got things popping out all over here. I'm trying a different kind of a screen view here. I don't know if it's working yet here. But move this a little bit. I'm just scared my stand's going to fall over. Don't want that. Good morning, Karma. Thank you. Good to I can't say you, but good to talk to you. I've missed you all so much. Oh, yeah. It's great to be home and it's great to be with family and friends, but it's nice to also get back. It's like that bittersweet thing, right? Nice to get back to the routine and nice to get back to seeing all my crafting friends, for sure. One more thing I wanted to share was that when you become a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, or you decide to get the kit just to be hobby demo or just to get the discount, one of the perks that I always fail to mention is you get a Stampin' Success magazine. And there are so many neat ideas in here for different cards, scrapbooking, how to step things up. So they often show like a simple version of a card, a medium version of a card, and an avid crafter kind of version, so that you can use the same sort of ideas but just kind of switch them up a little bit to fit your level, I guess. So many neat ideas. So that's always a perk. I don't know if you've gotten yours, Karma, yet. Your Stamp and Success magazine. I know this is for Q2, so that's from April, May, June. No, March, April, no, April, May, June. Yeah. So hopefully if you haven't got it yet, it'll be in the mail soon. All right, let's move on to our layout idea today. Karma, isn't it? Oh no. Oh no, you're the same time zone as I am. I was going to say, isn't it early morning for you? But it's not. So there's this. I decided to get out that Let It Ride stamp set, which has got the horses, which is really beautiful, and play with it a little bit. And I saw this kind of layout idea and I thought, oh, that would be perfect for this stamp set. So on the background of this, I used the wood grain embossing folder. Not yet, Karma. It's coming in the mail. I'm sure it is. And I decided to use the linen thread to kind of add that little piece. Instead of using blends this time, I decided to use the watercolor pencils. And I actually quite like the effect of that, because you see a little bit more, it was simple for one thing. Didn't take any time at all. And it gives it a lot of shading variation, which is always awesome. And on the inside, live as if someone left the gate open. Isn't that neat? And just adding my little wood green piece. And of course the envelope, we want to jazz that up because that's the first presentation of this card in the mail. So I did the little strip of the wood grain and the little horses there. So that's going to be our layout idea for today. Now let me pop that up on there for you. So what you're going to need today, and if you missed this, all this information and all of the card recipes will be on my blog later today. So first off, we need a card base color, which is the normal 8.5 by 5.5, and you fold it in half like a book. Next, you can use coordinating cardstock or designer series paper. It's totally up to you. Or this is the paper that would be fun if you ran through, used an embossing folder on it. It would look neat. So 3 3/4 by 5. Another piece of cardstock. You want it to be kind of light because that is what you're going to be stamping on. So a lighter color. And this is measured at 2 3/4 by 4. Another little piece of cardstock at 2 3/4 inches by 7/8 of an inch. And then another piece of cardstock, which could be the card base color, is 1 1/4 inch by 7/8 of an inch. And one end of it will have that ribbon cut in it. Hi Donna, nice to see you on here. That's great. And lastly, of course, you get out your stamps and some coordinating ink colors and some embellishments like ribbons and buttons and wooden things and rhinestones and pearls and all that fun stuff that we add to our cards. And I just want to mention that this layout idea I got from I Heart Sketches. So if you're always looking for a different idea, check them out, and there are tons of ideas. All right, let's get back to this other screen here. Where'd it go? There we are. All right. So, my first card here. I have missed Rooted in Nature. So that was one of my first ones that I got out and about here. I haven't played with that set in so long, but it is one of my favorites. And of course, Tranquil Tide I quite like, and it's going to be one of those retiring colors because it's an in color. So if you like this color, make sure to snag the inks and the refills and all the cardstock you can manage so that you never run out of your favorite colors, right? Okay, so I'm just going to put the envelope and the insert piece aside. And this is my Tranquil Tide card base, of course measured in 8.5 by 5.5 and folded in half. This one I'm going to use the paper, Designer Series paper from the Rooted in Nature bundle. Oh, I think it's just beautiful. Oops, I didn't look at my snail today. And this one's measured at 3 3/4 by 5. And I'm just going to put that on. Now, if you're using cardstock, of course, run this through the Big Shot and add some texture. That's what I did with this one, right? With the crumb cake. Added that wood grain element to it just to give it an extra little pizzazz. So how are you ladies doing on your Monday morning? Oh no! Freezer, how do you know exactly the right time? It's the wrong time. Kevin. Freezer, quiet. Never fails, hey? So this is my piece of crumb cake and it's measured at 4 by 2 3/4, I believe. And so this is going to be my light piece that I'm going to stamp on. And what I was thinking was I'm going to get my crumb cake, and I've got that large leaf from that stamp set. Tap, tap, tap. And I'm going to stamp off once. Actually, maybe twice. I just want it to be very faint in the background. What will it look like? Yeah, I like that. So we'll stamp off twice. 1, 2, and then I'm going to stamp on here. Just faint. 1, 2, and just randomly all over. 1, 2. 1, 2. Did you have good weekends? 1, 2. We went to our winter fair in Manitoba. So every spring there's it's very farm oriented, and so there's horse races and pig scrambles and all sorts of things like that, farm related, and kids can play with, there's a petting zoo and lots of neat things. So we went for an afternoon. I went with my dad and we went, so that was kind of fun. All right, washed it off with my Simply Chamois. And next I've got my Tranquil Tide, which I wanted to stamp the Thinking of You. Oh, he's all in a big uproar. Now, see, I don't have the re-inker for this, so I hope it's going to be dark enough to go over top of those leaves. All right, let's get it lined up here. Thinking of You, kind of closer towards the bottom. How's the weather where you ladies are? It was cold here this morning, -10. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. -5, but had a feels like of -10. Oh yeah, that worked. Good, good. Good. So now the next step, I'm actually going to show you how I cut this piece. So this piece was, let me get out a scrap here. And just hack part of it off. It's finally dawned on me, Onstage Vancouver is just around the corner and I'm not ready. I know. I was thinking of that the other day and I kind of like, oh my Lanta, it's like 2 weeks away. I'm not doing card swaps. That stresses me out. I have to talk to people. So that's not my, oh, I'm too nervous. All right, so I believe it was 2 3/4 by 7/8 of an inch. So I will cut that piece. Okay, So now, what I did to kind of cut it in half was I lined up my trimmer. Oh, make sure you can see. So one end along the track and the other end along the track, close it up and cut it. So that gives you two little triangle pieces. That's kind of what I'm looking for in the next step. Okay, so let's put this somewhere. Oh, we got comments here. Me, I am getting ready to go on a 13-day pet sitting job. 3 cats, 1 diabetic. Oh dear, fun, fun. Yeah. Wow. So you don't own any pets right now? That'll be, well, cats should be fun, hey? Alice, good morning. Thanks for sharing this video. I really appreciate it. 40 something here, it's mild. Yeah, that's all right. 40s is okay. So next step is going to take this little piece that we just cut, and my piece is very vanilla, I chose, and I'm just going to lay it across the top there and glue that down. I'm actually going to go this way so that if I run off this little point, it doesn't really matter. And I'm just going to glue this to the very top piece. Like that. And then I did this little piece. It's out of Tranquil Tide. So it is 1 1/4 inch by 7/8 of an inch. And then I did the ribbon cut in the bottom. Of course, if you aren't sure about the ribbon cut thing, if you cut straight, we'll pretend it's this side. If you cut straight up the middle first and then go from the corner to where you ended, that will give you an even ribbon cut so that it's not all kind of, you know, a little wonky, one side bigger than the others. And then I'm just going to glue that over top. So I'm just using my snail. And just place it here somewhere. I like it along the larger side of the triangle, but feel free to put it where it can also go over on this side as well. And then I'm just going to put this on top of my card. Glue it on. And if you want, you can add something there. I might add some little pearls here. Surprise, surprise. I know. Where's my take your pick tool? There it is, hiding in the corner. Love this thing. If you don't have this thing, you gotta get it. I did card swaps the last convention in Salt Lake City, and I was a wreck. I didn't do any swaps in Orlando and thoroughly enjoyed myself. Oh, we're very similar. All right. Let's see. Here's some pearls. Oh, is that a rhinestone or a pearl? A rhinestone. Let's put this back in here. This one's jumping on the back of another one. Springs here. I guess. I don't know. Maybe they'll multiply. I like that. Oh, you're taking your paper pumpkins. Oh, smart idea. I did take one of my paper pumpkins, but then I actually ended up sending it to Megan from Australia. She wanted it. So I got that on the way for her. So since Australia doesn't get paper pumpkins, I'm sure she'll be thrilled. Hello, Teresa. Good morning. Aw, thank you. I'm glad to be back. Hi, Jen. Thank you for sharing. Nice. So this is our first card, and here is the insert. All I did was just take a piece of the designer series paper that matched and did 1 inch. No, this way. 1 inch by 4 inches. And if you're wondering about the card base insert size, what I use is 4 by 5 1/4. Like that. And then for the envelope, I believe this is, let me guess, not guess. 5.5 by 1 inch. Just thought it would add some little pizzazz on the front. So that's our first card. Simple, easy. Hello, Sue. Nice to see you. That's our first card there. Let's get some things out of the way here. Next card. Another set that I kind of haven't played with for a while, so I'm excited to dig this one out. Now that Celebration is over and we can't, you can still play with those stamps and whatnot, but I like to kind of play with what's current. Keeps me on my toes for sure. Okay, here we go. So what I have as my card base is Coastal Cabana. Fold it like a book. Then I have the Lemon Lime Twist, which is also one of our in colors that will be retiring soon. So there again, if you love this color, make sure you snag it now before it runs out, because towards the end of May, things get pretty iffy. June, the new catalog comes out, so just be aware. And I don't know if you can tell, but I ran this through the Settle embossing folder, and it just adds that little bit of texture. So it, it kind of jazzes up that plain old piece of cardstock. Did you go to the winter fair, Jen? Okay, next step here. What I used was the painted glass, I think. Yes, vellum. Isn't it pretty? And I thought I'm going to add that to my Whisper White piece. It'll make it stand out so pretty. And the colors I used were the light and dark Granny Apple Green, the light and dark Bermuda Bay, and then I did some gray bits, light smoky or dark smoky slate. Okay, so with vellum, you kind of want to use as little glue as possible. Not this year, took a year off. We go every year and just finding same. This year, yeah, I wasn't overly impressed this year. The exhibits were, I don't know, the trade show kind of ideas. Lots of like vendor, like Young Living and Epicure and that kind of stuff. Whatever. People enjoy that too, I'm sure. But yeah, and we didn't make it to the petting zoo. My dad was with me, and of course he's quite weak right now. So we did a bit, some of the fair, but we didn't go to all of it. So all I did was put the glue dots on all four corners, and that's all I'm going to use. Hi, Lisa. The time difference between Manitoba and Alberta got me tuning in late. No worries. Yeah, that good old mountain time. It's been nice. We're still kind of on Manitoba time where, our bodies are kind of trained that way right now. And so we get to bed a little bit earlier and we wake up a little later, it kind of feels like. So I'm just gluing that piece down. Now, of course, if you wanted to do something different, you could stamp in this section. I just thought, oh, this will be a nice little piece to add, a way to add this vellum. So what I'm using now for this top triangle is Bermuda Bay. And I'm going to, come on, put my snail on the back of it and add it to the top. There. Okay, and before I continue, what does this say? Hope you're feeling better. I thought, oh, I kind of want to do a card that says that. So, okay, votes here. Vote time. Should I use black or Coastal Cabana? So let's hear, which should we use? Black ink for the little saying or Coastal Cabana? Let me know your preference and we'll add that in there. Wish I had a drink with me. I haven't talked so much in a long time. There's always a lag. I feel like I need to say a joke or something. It's a good thing Lisa Harden's not on. Oh, we got some. Oh, we got 2 Coastal Cabanas and 2 blacks. Okay, Jen, we need your tiebreaker. Okay, while we're waiting for that last tiebreaker, Coastal Cabana. All right, Coastal Cabana it is. Probably took so long to type it, hey? Now, of course, if you don't know which side your stamp is facing, test it on your paper before you put it on your actual card base. Hope you're feeling better. Looks good. Let me wipe that off on my Simply Chamois. Boy, I need to put those cling stamps on the backs of my old stamps. You sure miss it when you don't have it. All right, pretty, pretty. So I'm gonna, oh, look at that. It's pretty. I like it. Oh, and we had another black. Oh, sheesh. Decisions, decisions. For a Monday morning. Oi. All right, let's place this in the middle. Oh, I love those colors together. And then I've got my little ribbon cut piece in basic black, which I'm just going to put over here. Pretty. Isn't that cute? I like it. That looks, when you put the vellum on top of the Whisper White, it just makes it pop really nice. All right, for the inside of the card base, what I was thinking is I have that painted, what's it called? Oh, it's the painted glass stamp set. So then it was, the vellum is called something else. I forget. All right, so it's got this beautiful stamp here, and I will do some Coastal Cabana. While I have Coastal Cabana out, I'm going to stamp that on the envelope. Let's do that on the flap. Oh. There, and I'm going to wipe that off on my Simply Chamois and go with some lemon lime twist. You like the layout? Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, it's a neat one. I was looking for one for that horse. I don't know if you saw the horse card at the beginning there, but I wanted something for that horse, and that layout just seemed to make it sing. So, okay. There's my card insert with the lemon lime twist, and I'm going to add that to my envelope here. Little bits, pretty, pretty. Guess I could stamp one on the front. Let's go with that. There, looks good. Wipe that off. If you do not have a Simply Chamois, you need to get one. They're awesome. It's just crazy how it can be absolutely disgusting looking, like really filthy looking, black, and yet like your stamps come out clean. It's bizarre. All right, let's get this glued into the card base. Oh, we're out of glue now. Let's throw on a refill here. Lovely. I like it. You could even pop this layer up with dimensionals, which might make it kind of fun. Yeah, neat. I like it. All right. Card number 3. Got out that Happiness Blooms paper. Here's my envelope and the insert. So I'll just set those aside for a minute. That aside too. Okay. And we're going to use this set, Hey Love. You know, when I first bought this set, I thought, oh, it's kind of, you know, just Valentine's Day-ish. But really, I've seen cards, happy birthday cards, I've seen other cards made with it, and it's absolutely adorable. So this will be kind of like a little kid's card. Or, you know, young people at heart, I don't know. Let's stick that under there. Okay, so I'm using a Night of Navy card base here. And I've got the Happiness Blooms paper, the big blue polka dots, which I'm going to glue down. And our piece that we'll stamp onto, which I'm going to put this Mr. Alligator on. I'm going to use my Memento black ink. And put them fairly close to the bottom, so I still have room for happy birthday sayings there. It looks good. Now I don't have the Call Me Clover Stamp and Blend, but that's okay because I have the Stamp and Write marker. So I'm going to color him in with that marker. So the difference between Stamp and Write markers and blends, the Stamp and Write markers are water-based, so if you put them with a black ink that is also water-based, it will run. The black will kind of smear. So just something to be aware of. They're better for writing in cards. You can color with them, but as you can see, they leave streaks. Where the Stamp and Blends, they kind of, see, I'm supposed to be using little circles, and then that wouldn't happen. And of course, these Stamp and Write markers have the kind of the painting end, which I'm using right now, and they also have that fine tip, which is awesome for writing. All right, that looks good. Now, some other colors. I think I'll get out I have my, I'm so excited for the new Stampin' Up storage ideas. So I'm going to put all my blends in the new storage ideas. I placed my order today. So I'm just going to give him some Night of Navy stripes here. There. I think I'm going to give him Night of Navy. What are those called? Not fins. Kind of spikes. Totally just for fun, right? Let's give him some blue eyeballs. And I think he needs, what color should I use? A little yellow hat. Well, I know he needs red on his, no, orange and blue are perfect colors together. Light Calypso. We'll start with light and see what I think. Nah, needs to be darker. Okay, so let's try Dark Calypso Coral. That's light. How about this one? Dark. As opposed to red. I think I'm going to color his hat that color too. Let's blend it in with some light. Cute. Okay, good enough. Put those guys away. Good, good. Now to glue on my little piece across the top. Has anyone been pranked this morning for April Fools? I saw on Facebook somebody did, you know those cake pops you can buy or make? Somebody put Brussels sprouts on sticks and then dipped them in chocolate. So they look like cake pops, but they are not cake pops. All right, and then I'm going to put this little ribbon up there. Ooh, or there's this kind of looks like a guy alligator, so I think I'm going to do just the green. And so there's the ribbon. On this one I'm going to add a little button, and it is from the True Gentleman set. Or do you guys play tricks on people? I'm not smart enough to do that. Like, I know there's the toilet ones, you saran wrap and whatnot, but, and one year I did, that I was pregnant. Most people knew that there's no way. Of course, that's a joke. And, did I do one year that I said I got a tattoo? I can't remember. But, yeah, I'm not smart enough to do fun, different pranks, that's for sure. Okay, and I'm going to put It's Your Day, and this is from the Itty Bitty Birthdays, I believe. Yes, stamp set. It's Your Day. All right. I like it. This one I'm going to pop up. Let's give that a try. Use some dimensionals here, which I had to reorganize my craft room when I got back here. Oh, I forgot something. You know, you people are amazing. Of course, when I was away in Manitoba, Sandy Peters, what a sweetheart. She knew that I would need to be creative, right? And I didn't have a chance to get a whole bunch of crafting stuff because we had to go in like an hour and there was just no time. Look what she did for me. She packed in all these items to a paper pumpkin kit, even a block for me to allow me to craft. Isn't that sweet? Oh my goodness, there's a little tea charm. Aww. That's sweet. With scissors even. Oh, crafting people are the most amazing people ever. I tell you. What a sweet, sweet, sweet thought. So, I will definitely work on those. That's so nice. That, like, I think it was, Karma. I think it was Karma who said she's going on a pet sitting adventure. Is going to take her paper pumpkins. They're great to just grab and go. So, yeah. If you don't have paper pumpkin, might be an idea for you. They're great for times like that. You just gotta go. Years ago, I did the prank thing. Not now. I used to do lots of pranks with people's cars, like put shaving cream and saran wrap the door, like the door shut and that kind of stuff. But balloons all over, yada yada. I'm too old for that. I'm too tired for that. There's our front. Pretty cute. I like it. Now for the inside, what I did was I have my Whisper White and I put a little layer of those blue bits. And I have my stamp already lined up with this. Happy birthday and can't believe you're another year older. So what I'm going to do, yes I do, another way to use your Stamp and Write markers. They're great for if you want to color certain bits on your stamp. So I want happy birthday in Night of Navy. So I'll just paint that on there like that. And for the other section, I want to have in Call Me Clover. So the way I can do that is like that. Or if you have a stamp set with flowers and petals mixed together and you want to mix that up, these are great for that. So before you stamp, do to re-moisten all of the ink, because of course I did that Night of Navy a little bit ago, right? Not blowing, but kind of creating moisture. And I'm going to put it down in the corner because I always like for people to have room to write. And there we go. Look at how it does it, the neat two colors there. Okay, let's glue this in. Oh, apparently the marker wants to come too. There. And then I did the envelope already. I just did a little piece, a ribbon cut there across, and I decorated the flap. Yeah, I'm glad I did this side so that it matches with the envelope. Cute, eh? So this works good with bigger stamps and smaller sayings. So just a hint for you. Okay, our last card. Let me move some of these items away. Over here. This one. Got out the Gingham Gala. And I'm going to use the Incredible Like You stamps, which I think are just beautiful. We're stuck to the bottom of my box. And my little scrap piece of paper. The way at my card classes, the way people can tell that it's just kind of a scrap piece of paper and it's not actually being assembled onto the card is I just put a little notch in the corner. So many of you doing classes, that's a little tip I can give you. So my envelope and insert I'm putting aside. We're using the Highland Heather card base and the Gingham Gala. Oh, I love my checks. Big, small. I think I'm going to go small with this one. Let's glue that down. And now for our stamping piece. So what I'm actually going to glue this first because I want to know where I can stamp. Probably a good idea to do that on all of them. Put this piece on first. There. Better late than never to figure these things out. And I've got some Daffodil Delight for my ribbon piece. Okay, there. All right, so next what I wanted to use was this So Glad We're Friends, and I'm going to use that in Highland Heather. See, this stamp's getting a little bit loose, so I need to put them in some water with some dish soap, and that'll help them get their stick back. No worries. I'm going to get out my blender pen. Just make sure there's no other inks on it. Just dab it in and color it. We all make oopses every once in a while, right? Or is it just me? There. Let's add a little bit to that A. Good enough. Scroll it out. Nose. Oh, and then I was going to use those stripes from that set. Let's see what it looks like stamped off. I think I wanted a little, yeah, a little bit light, a little lighter. Okay, stamp off once, and I'm going to put the stripes down towards the bottom. Now I don't know if it got the bottom. That's okay. We are going to put flowers over top of that section. I know, isn't that font amazing? I love it. Guess it's clean. And then I'm going to make some Daffodil Delight flowers. So, big black piece on there. I'm going to, there are two parts to this stamp. One is kind of the underlying color, and this one kind of is all the details of the flower. So I'm going to stamp this one full strength. Make sure it's all inked up. I'm not gonna touch that little spot there. Stamp. Oh, grumpy pants. It's okay, Weezer. Bud's nowhere near you. And I'm gonna do it again. I think I'm gonna, should I do 2 flowers? One, I should actually be doing 3. I'm gonna do 3, and maybe one might look nice on the envelope. Yeah, you too. There. And now with this one, the inside kind of piece, the color of the flower basically, I'm going to stamp off once so it's not quite, ooh, that might make it pretty light. And then we'll go over top. I have the feeling I didn't line it up at all. Sheesh. With this one I cannot see. I'm just going to go for it. Yeah, I like it the full strength actually, as opposed to the stamping off. I can't see the underneath. Oh well, just go with it, right? I'm doing pretty good for not being able to tell. Ooh, that one's way off, but that's okay. It'll work. Yeah. You Breezer says, yes it is. Okay. Let's cut out. Oh, no, I was going, yes, I'm going to cut those flowers out. I'm a bubble cutter, so I leave white around the outsides. Goes faster. Some people like to fussy cut and do it a little bit right on the line. Round that corner a little bit. Let's see. Whoopsie. What's the last colors you used on your cards? Of course, Easter's kind of inspiring me with this color combo, right? I think I'm going to use that third one. And 3. I'm going to do some tucking. Good morning, Angie. Thanks for sharing. Okay, let's get this. Actually, before I was going to do some little green dots from that set, and I'm going to use Granny Apple Green. And I thought, oh, that might make it look like some leaf ideas there. Just add a little something. There. Good. Okay, this one's kind of the one I didn't line up so well, so I'm going to put it in the middle. And that way the other ones can overlap a little. I want to still be able to see a little bit of that purple stripe. Some of those green bits right there. Okay, I'm going to just, well, I think I'll just leave it the way it is. Even though it's hanging off a little bit, that'll be all right. There. Okay, now I'm going to put dimensionals on the back again. I kind of like that look better. It just adds a little something extra. Isn't it like early morning there, Angie? Like 3 a.m.-ish? I hope I can put you back to sleep. Put it onto the card base. Looks nice and bright and Eastery. It's as bright as I get. Now for the inside. I just have a little piece here. 1 by, it looks like 3 3/4, I would assume, of that purple gingham gala. And for the envelope, yeah, I just put the flap. So let's put one of those flowers on the front. That'll just tie it all together. What should I do first? I think I'm going to do this one first. Got a big blob. Let's see. Do I dare try it again? Must be an empty spot on my table here. Or I should be using my foam pad. Hello. I'll make sure it's even there. Oh, sheesh. That's even hard to line up there. There. And how about a little green dot? Should have put that purple stripe there. There. Good, good. Tying them all together. So, let's review. Check out what we made here. So our first, the demo card, the idea card, was this one. This one, this is where it all began. I love the larger borders. Yeah, it's just a different way to do some things, right? Different idea. And it sure showcases that paper behind it, which is great. So that was the demo card. I like that piece. And then we had the Rooted in Nature. I got that set back out. Just a kind of card. Oh, Breezer, you're back, are you? And then I had the Coastal Cabana card with that nice vellum on there. And, of course, this little guy here, the alligator. It's your day. And lastly, our little Eastery kind of card. All right. So, there we have it. I hope you've enjoyed this layout idea, and I hope you give it a try. If you do, please post your pictures of your cards somewhere on my Facebook page, the Artsy Fartsy Gallery. And by the end of next week, when this rolls around again, I'm going to draw from that list of people who have posted pictures, and I will send out a prize. There will be a little draw. So post your pictures. I love when you do that because, of course, we all love to share ideas. And as I showed you this morning from the cards that I received in the mail, I learned some ideas too. So I love when we do that. We exchange cards and we get so many neat ideas and tricks to try, of course. So I hope to see you on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. For coffee and cards. This week I hope to use the Let It Ride stamp set. So that's my goal for tomorrow, to work on that for the show on Wednesday. All right, thank you ladies for joining me. Love them all. The horse one, yeah, favorite's the horse one. Mine too. All right, I hope you have a lovely day, and we will see you soon. Bye.